Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brother T, Freemason cigar enthusiast with VCR, and we got the tapes rolling on another cigar review video for you folks. Today is Memorial Day, and in observation of said holiday, we are smoking something that's patriotic in theme, and it is the Camacho Liberty Series 2020. And we'll start off with initial impressions, and we'll talk about the packaging that it comes in, that being the box, the individual coffin, as they say. It is a Camacho Liberty blue, I guess is what we would term that. It's kind of a navy-ish blue. It has a lacquer finish and then some very nice silver typeface. It's very nicely finished and even has a felted bottom. Thought process being they come stacked in a box, I imagine. It's so it doesn't scratch the other units that are packaged in that box. Upon opening it up, that is a big cigar. It is a 6x60 by way of the Vitola. And we're gonna pop it out here real quick. It is a cedar coffin. It smells fantastic. And here we are. This is what we're looking at. Let's see if we can get a good image. New spot, new filming. We'll see how it all shakes. Initial impressions, it is a large cigar. It is a soft box press, so it kind of has, in terms of the size, that being a 6x60, it is kind of that quintessential candy bar shape that folks maybe talk about. It is a tobacco brown in color, natural finish. It has visible veins, invisible seams, a broad double cap, and a very firm pack. Pre-light aroma. Cedar, hay, slight earth quality, almost a black pepper. Let's cut and light. Initial impressions: soft hay, slight cedar, a little bit of black pepper, moderately dense smoke. The draw is fairly loose, a little looser than water through a straw. Come to be expected on such a large cigar by way of ring gauge. So we'll see how it develops. All right, everybody. We're about an inch in on the cigar candy bar, the Camacho Liberty 2020. The notes that we're getting so far, it's wood, slight hay, a little bit of baking spice, and some nut on the retrohale. In terms of body, it's probably about a medium. It's not as strong or as forward as you would expect. It's quite subtle and nuanced. And there is a little bit of black pepper there as well. More to come as we continue down the cigar. All right, everybody. Get to that halfway point. You know what that means. Time for a blend and flavor update. In terms of blend, it uses an Ecuadorian Habano. And the binder comes from Honduras. It's a Corojo specifically. And then the filler is both Dominican as well as Honduran. And that wrapper is an Ecuadorian Habano, if we didn't mention that off the get-go. In terms of tasting notes, let's see what we get here, folks. Still a wood, cream, almost what is a Cheerio. Not a honey nut, not a frosted, but the plain grain Cheerio, nearest I can tell. Some black pepper, and a little bit of nut there on the retrohale. It's a pretty engaging blend. In terms of strength and body, I'd say medium for both. We'll cover this in the cigar wrap-up later. We'll see if it changes. But it strikes you as this big, bold, robust cigar, I guess, in terms of size. But it is quite complex and subtle. So it doesn't kind of live up to what you'd think in terms of presentation. You'd think bold and in your face. And it's anything but those things. It's a very subtle cigar. So we'll see how it develops. All right, everybody. Time to undress this guy, remove the band. And this is a big guy to take the band off of. And here we go. And we can talk about that band a little bit. It has a moderately contrast, very patriotic color palette. It's primarily the blue, red, and the silver component. Upon close inspection, there's no pixelization. It's by and large a matte finish, except for the silver elements have a metallic sheen to it. It's on adequate band stock for the price point. I'd like to see something that's a little bit more akin to a paper or a card stock, something a little bit more robust. There are some slight embossed elements throughout that are noticeable upon hand inspection as well. In terms of tasting notes, let's see what we can get here. Still a wood, hay, slight black pepper. There's some toastiness to the profile right now. We still have a lot of real estate to smoke because it is such a big cigar. So we'll be back with the cigar wrap up and another update on tasting notes. All right, everybody. Getting down to the end, hashtag Nub Club on this Camacho Liberty. We're going to be doing the cigar wrap up and end with some tasting notes. In terms of the tasting elements that we're getting, it's still quite woodsy to a sweet wood at times. It's toasty. There's a baking spice to a clear cinnamon. Slight black pepper and some cream. In terms of construction, it was great. Hash held on in about 1 to 1.5 inch increments, excuse me. Burn, it is what you would expect when you have something that is a 60 ring gauge and a box press. There were some issues and had no shortage of touch-ups. So if that doesn't bother you, you're going to be very engaged with this cigar because there were quite a few touch-ups along the way. Que sera, sera, they say. By way of draw, it's looser than water through a straw, and we mentioned that at the opening of the video. At times you do need a double draw, but when you do, you find yourself met with some very dense, thick cream smoke, and by way of mouthfeel, it's more cream than oily. Strength and body, for me, it's medium. My name's Brother T, Freemason cigar enthusiast, and today is Memorial Day, and in observation of that, we smoked the Liberty by Camacho, and it is the 2020 version. It is a new blend. First new blend since 2017. Typically with these releases, they recycle previous iterations of the same. In this instance, it's de novo. It's new, and I'm appreciative of that. My name's Brother T, Freemason cigar enthusiast, and as always, smoke 'em if you got 'em.